Hi and welcome to my channel. So I've just spent this morning going through lots of proposed changes when it comes to UK immigration, especially the rules, the laws and the policies for 2024. So some of these changes have already been confirmed. Some of them are just proposals and due to start, obviously, like I've said, in January. So if you're new to my channel, look, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on one big change that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, when it is actually implemented in 2024, because so many people, families are going to be affected, obviously, by this. And by the way, if you're aware or if you're not aware, the last 1 week has been very challenging in the UK when it comes to immigration, because the government finally released official data when it comes to net migration. As you know, the government wants more people leaving the UK than the number of people coming, but the opposite is obviously true, as you and I know. So what has happened is that more people are moving to the UK than ever before, and obviously this is not something that they are actually happy with. So if you're part of my private coaching program, by the way, the live session that we have this Thursday is going to be focused on what these changes are. We'll go through each and every one of these changes. We're also going to be focusing on non-clinical NHS UK jobs that offer visa sponsorship. How do you apply successfully? What about the supporting information? What are the expectations? How do you make sure that you are ready for success? So if you're part of my private coaching program, that live session is going to be on Thursday this week from 8:30 p.m. UK time. Do not miss out, because we've got a lot to discuss and we're going to go through all of these changes so that our decision making is based on the plans that the UK government has. Because look, if you want to move to the UK or you're already in the UK, you cannot be making your plans in isolation without looking at what the government is doing. Because if the government is gravitating towards particular jobs, you should also be gravitating towards those jobs. If they're gravitating away from certain jobs, you must be gravitating away from those jobs if you do want visa sponsorship. So this is something that is crucial and many people fail to understand. And that means that you're going to struggle to get visa sponsorship because, you need to be going towards the government plans. And that is why I make sure that I bring these updates to you so that you're the first person to be informed. So if you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity right now to hit the subscribe button so you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on this channel, because I drop videos on here every single day. And by the way, before I get into the nitty-gritty, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below. When you join, I send that info and all those updates directly to your inbox, because in the next week, I'm going to be bringing all those updates to you, and so that different people are aware of what these changes are, because there are very significant changes that the UK is going to bring come 2024. The newsletter is completely free. You check the comment section, you see the link there. You just drop your name and email and you're part of the newsletter. I also share information about free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to this amazing country, work from home jobs, as well as side hustle ideas that you can get started in order for you to earn extra income, supplement your income, how much you're earning from your job, and eventually obviously retire early, because that is the goal. That is the goal. So you're also going to find my contact details, by the way, on that newsletter in the comment section. There's my WhatsApp number, my email address. So that if you've got any concerns, you're like, oh my God, Melvis, as you're talking about XYZ, I'm thinking about ABC, do get in contact with me. Because look, 2024 is not going to be an easy year if you want to move to the UK or if you're already in this country, because the laws, rules, policies that they're bringing and they're introducing against next year are going to be the toughest that this country has seen so far. So what is this that we're talking about in today's video? So we're talking about the post-study visa. So they are planning two major changes with the post-study visa. So I'm going to be getting into all the details of this. So whether this is relevant for you now or not, you want to watch this video till the end, because these are changes that at some point in your journey, or whether it's with relatives, with friends, you may likely be affected. So what is the first change? The first change is that they are proposing to scrap this particular visa completely. So I'm going to tell you what this visa is, what is the importance, and why is it that they're considering scrapping it. Like I said, there are two major changes. The first one is scrapping it completely. And by the way, this is for 2024. If you're watching this and we haven't met, it's our first time, my name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner for the NHS here in the UK. So I'm an advanced nurse practitioner, started my journey as a carer. That's why I'm passionate about these opportunities to move to the UK, to switch your visa if you're already in the UK. I cannot emphasize enough the opportunities that healthcare brings. And so, because I started as a carer myself to then progressing to the most senior clinical nursing position, so I've seen firsthand the advantages of career progression. I know that less than 1% of us are going to progress in our UK careers, and 99.9% of us are going to remain in the same position, which is a shame. And so, if you're watching my videos, you better be part of that 1%. So, if you're keen on joining my private coaching program where I offer personalized guidance, support, what is the best job for you, how do you apply, legit UK employers, visa sponsorship, so that when you get a job, you know that you've got a job and you don't have a job spending thousands of money for sponsorship and yet there are no hours for you to do. It is not worth it, because you end up being deported and frustrated with your family. It is not worth it. So if you check the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to find a link to join my private coaching program. Once you join, we get started immediately with that journey towards your successful career in the UK. So that's what I'm all about. And look, it's 100% worth it. Yes, it is not an easy path because you need to put in the work, but it is the right path that you and I and everybody should be taking rightfully. So if you're keen on getting into healthcare, you're looking for carer jobs, nanny jobs, nursing jobs, NMC registration, you're looking for apprenticeship opportunities, I'm going to support you to successfully get those positions. And yes, like, you're going to have to do the work, but rightfully so, you should be doing the work in order to get the jobs. So that's what I'm all about. And so, like we're saying, this visa is going to be scrapped completely. So currently, what are the rules? So currently, if you're on a student visa in the UK, once you've successfully completed your studies, you can switch to a post-study visa. So the visa currently is for 2 years. And when you switch, you can work full-time for those 2 years. And you can also use that time to apply for visa sponsorship jobs in the UK. It is not an ideal visa to get. It is not even a visa that anybody should be going towards. But it is like a lifeline for many people who successfully complete their studies and don't have a job. As we all know, 99.9% of courses in the UK will not have a job, which means most of the people studying in the UK, worst of all, if you're an international student, will not have jobs upon successful completion. Many of the courses that people are even studying do not offer any visa sponsorship at all. So it's like, why on earth are people doing these courses? Well, I've got no idea. But hopefully, if you're watching my videos, you've watched the videos that I've done on the courses that will guarantee a job 100% upon successful completion in the UK. There's no point paying £20,000, £17,000 to not get a job at the end of it. Why spend that money? It is not worth it. So the plan is to scrap it completely. That is the first proposal. And then one thing also with this video, and by the way, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this content, as heartbreaking as it is, hit that like button. Let me know that you enjoy content like this, updates like this, and I should bring more. Also, you're definitely going to know people that this is going to help them. If you know somebody who is in the UK now on a student visa, planning to come on a student visa, dependent visa, you want to share this with them so that they're aware, and all these government changes should help them with their decision making. That's why I share these videos. It's not just so that it's for information purposes only, but it should be to guide your decision making and to make you reflect on some of those things you want to do. So if you're watching this and you're a student in the UK, what has your situation been? Do leave a comment in the comment section below. If you're still out of the UK, planning to move to the country, what pathways are you considering? Are you considering a student visa? Are you considering a work visa? Like I said, I've shared loads of opportunities on here with different organizations, the NHS especially, that I absolutely love and adore because it's all drama free. Yes, it takes quite a while to get those jobs, but it is the best option for you. So if you're working within the private sector, you're working in agencies, care homes, you should be getting in contact with me so that I can support you to get NHS jobs where you're going to get visa sponsorship, get paid, get career progression, get peace of mind, and be able to progress in your UK career without all the drama that comes with the private sector. I'm saying this out of a lot of experience. I started from a nursing home myself. That's where I was working. I left from the nursing home. I did domiciliary care. I did support work. I've done living care. I've done all sorts of carer jobs in the UK before I was like, look, I cannot carry on with this. I need to upgrade myself. I need to be able to do more. And that's why I went to university and studied nursing, to become a qualified nurse. And ever since then, I've gone on to do 2 apprenticeships, 2 masters, to progressing to the most senior clinical nursing position. So I have walked this path myself, and I understand the challenges that it brings. That is why I keep insisting and saying that these pathways are good as entry level positions, but you're not meant to stay in those positions forever. If you've got a family of 4 people, 5 people, how are you going to survive on £20,000 per year? Excluding taxes, council tax, everything. Look, it is not sustainable. So you need to make hay while the sun shines. And that's what I'm all about, really. So plan is to scrap it completely, so that once you complete your studies, you need to either get a job in those 3 months, or you're going to have to leave the UK. And this is going to significantly reduce the net migration, which is what the government wants, to reduce the number of people that are staying permanently in the UK. And before this post-study visa was introduced, or should I say reintroduced, by Boris Johnson, very few people were coming to the UK on student visas. The reason for this was that once you completed, you had only 3 months to find a job, or you had to leave. So most people were not able to stay in the UK, and they always had to leave. And so the number of students coming and staying or bringing dependents, the number was really, really low. But once this was reintroduced, it's led to a massive influx of students, because people know that if you successfully complete your course, at least you've got those 2 years where you can work, you can find time to find a visa, and this has been a lifeline. But the government has seen the difference, because the impact has been that net migration is very high, to over 700,000 people, which is very, very high. So that is the first option that they are considering regarding this particular visa. And just to even put this straight, this visa is very expensive. It's not cheap. If you've got a family, it's even more expensive. But also, if you are on this visa, it does not count towards your indefinite leave to remain, which is your permanent residency in the UK after 5 years. It doesn't count whatsoever. So you're going to be spending all that money, all that time, and it still doesn't count. So the time only counts if you're on a work visa. So this is something that many people are not also aware of, but I'm glad that because you're watching my videos now, and so you should put in more effort in actually looking for jobs, rather than some of these other pathways that seem really easy at the beginning, but long term are going to cost you a lot more money, a lot more time, and lots more stress, dare I say that. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, like, are you for real? Hit that subscribe button so you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. Also, like I said, join my newsletter. I've dropped a link in the comment section below. It's also got my contact details, so that I send that info directly to your amazing inbox, so that you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm for such vital information that is crucial for your personal and professional development in the UK. As you know, information is power. Not only information, but implementation. So if you watch this, I need you to take action. So leave a comment in the comment section and say, Melvis, I'm gonna implement this, girl, because I've watched all of what you're saying. I've listened to you, and I'm like, OMG, this is what I should be doing. So that's the point. And like I said, if you need my tailored, individualized, and personalized guidance, then obviously consider joining my private coaching program. It's not the easy way, but it is the right, legit way to follow, because that's what I'm all about. And let me tell you, the legit path isn't the easy path. That's what I'm saying. The easy path is what is not legal. I know it's not legal, because you're gonna hear like, oh my God, I'm gonna guarantee you a visa in 6 weeks. But the truth is, you're gonna go around and come back to the fact that you need a legit job to stay in the UK. It comes down to the fact. So what is the next point, by the way? If I keep yapping and going on, and somebody says, oh, Melvis, there you go again, you should be more organized, you should stop talking about these other things. So the next point is that they're also considering reducing the time. So instead of scrapping it completely, option number 2 is that they're going to reduce the time that you can stay on a post-study visa from 2 years to 6 months. That's the next option. So the government is considering 2 options. Option 1, scrap it completely. In 2024, by the way, option 2, reduce from 2 years to 6 months, so that instead of you having 2 years to be on this visa, you're only going to get 6 months. So that's a lot of pressure, because being in the UK, 6 months will go by like a flash of light. It's going to be and thinking about the cost, the cost is going to remain the same, by the way. which means if you're currently paying X to stay in the UK for 2 years, you're still going to pay X, but you're only going to be staying for 6 months. So again, the pressure to find those visa sponsorship jobs is going to be incredibly high, which is where having an amazing CV, understanding the jobs inside out thoroughly is going to make all the difference, because many people are applying for these jobs but they're not applying correctly, and that's why 99.9% of people are not getting jobs either, despite the fact that they're spending lots of time sending lots of applications. And if you're part of my coaching program, like I always say, it is not how many applications you're able to put in, it is the quality of those applications that really matters. Which means if you're applying for one job, your objective is to get that job. Your objective isn't to become an expert in job applications. It is to apply for a job, get it, move on with your career, progressing, focusing on your family, focusing on your job, your skills, whatever. It is not to keep looking for a job for years and months. That is not why you're there. So again, these are the considerations that they're currently considering. Like I've said, proposals come 2024. There are many other proposals that are like mind-blowing, and if you're part of my coaching program on Thursday this week, we're going to go through each and every one of those. We're also going to be focusing on NHS non-clinical healthcare jobs. As you know, many of them pay as much as £35,000 per year. They require no degree, no experience, no outs whatsoever, and they also offer visa sponsorship. And these jobs are some of those jobs where if you don't know how to apply, it is almost impossible to get them. And so I'm going to be supporting all of you during that live session, sharing my screens, going through the current vacancies, the interview preparation, talking about the supporting information so that you know exactly how to go about it. And so we start at 8:30 p.m. UK time this Thursday. So please do make sure that you attend live. I'm going to send you lots of reminders as well to make sure that you remember the session, you're aware. And so, you can join in and we can get through those job opportunities, current vacancies, and just talk about how you should become the best candidate for these jobs. Again, what do you think about these changes? What do you think about these updates? What do you think the government is going to actually agree on? I've got no idea, but I'm really all ears to see what happens. Check out this other video that I've linked up specially for you here.